What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing an NBA video. If you have not watched any of my NBA videos, more specifically my most previous video that was this offseason for the NBA, I'll put a card right about here so you guys can see what I do. So the most surprising team, and I'll put not card, timestamps of the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. And if we do have time, I'll do the fantasy basketball as well. Stay tuned if you guys want to see fantasy basketball. The most surprising teams are the Cavs, the Heat, and the Sixers. I'm going to start with the Cavs. They're number 5, 5th in the conference right now. They are behind the Brooklyn. I can't remember who they're behind. But I know Brooklyn's not 1. And I can't remember who the other 4 are. But they drafted Evan Mobley at 4. The 3 that got picked before him, Kay Cunningham, 1. Jalen Green, number 2. And Scotty Barnes, number 3. Kay Cunningham, he has done absolutely nothing for the Pistons. Like, nothing to any... Like, the ESPN's not talking about him. Scotty Barnes plays on Toronto, and he's actually doing pretty good. Probably one of the best rookies besides Evan Mobley. And Jalen Green. And he's on the Rockets, and they suck. They haven't won a game in, like, forever. So, that leaves Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley. And then the Heat is 6th. They were, not that long ago, they were in the NBA Finals. But they kind of had this little downspeak. Now they're back up. I think they could make a serious run this year with Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo. I cannot remember who else they have, but I think they can make a solid run for the Eastern Conference, and which that is a stacked conference. Let me tell you, with a bunch of teams. Now, the worst teams, the Hornets and Detroit Pistons. My goodness, the Pistons suck. They just absolutely suck. Like, what on earth? They flat out just suck. They have Kay Cunningham, and that's about it. I think they're like, other good players are hurt, I think. I'm pretty sure. Now, to be fair, they're kind of a mess, so. Now, the points players that's averaging league leaders in the Eastern Conference. Kevin Durant with 29 points. Trae Young with 27 points. Greg Feek 27. And Trae Young 27. So that is it for the Eastern Conference. Right now, if they had for the most, as of right now, in the Eastern Conference Final, it's tied between the Nets, and this might be a shocker, but the Cavaliers. Even though the record doesn't show it, their last couple games, they have beaten the Bulls, they lost to the Utah Jazz by 1. Who else did they play? I cannot remember who else they played in this last 3 days. But I feel like it's either the Cavs or Nets, because those teams are good. Now, for the Western Conference. Hold on. Right. Come on. No. Western Conference. Now, the most disappointing team, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers, and who else did I put? And the Blazers. Those 3. the Lakers, I'm not sure what on earth happened to them. Like, I am not entirely sure. Who else? The Blazers, I'm not sure. Like, they have Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They're both old. Really, you should just trade Damian Lillard. Even though you want to keep him, even though he wants to stay in Portland, I don't think you're winning any championships over in that city for a while. The Clippers, you don't have Kawhi because he's hurt. Paul George is, I mean, he's okay, but not like fantastic. And then there's LeBron. And on the Lakers, your average age is like 30 something, because LeBron's like 38, I think. Carmelo Anthony's like 30. I don't know, somewhere in the mid 30s. Anthony Davis, I'm pretty sure he's 30. I think your youngest guy is Talon Horton Tucker. He's like 25, I think. I could be wrong. And not to mention Anthony Davis gets hurt like crazy. Like, can't stay healthy. So, yeah. Now, on the flip side, the best players on the best teams in the Western Conference are the Warriors, the Suns. That is about it. Well, let me check. Yeah, the Warriors and Utah. I forgot about Utah a lot. But the Warriors and the Suns are the two best teams in the Western Conference. Like, the Warriors don't even have Klay Thompson, and they're first in their division. First in the Western Conference. Klay Thompson isn't even back yet, and he's going to be back here very soon. That's how insane the Warriors are. Like, Wiggins is playing well. Steph is just playing like Steph. Oh, I forgot. James Wiseman is... I don't think James Wiseman's back. And not to mention, Gary Payton is a very good backup shooting. I don't know if he's a point guard or a shooting guard, but he is a good defensive player for the Warriors. And, like, that team could easily make the finals. I think the Warriors could make the finals this year. With Klay Thompson coming back, the Splash Bros are good. That team can be scary. And they have Draymond. That team is scary. Now, on the Suns, you have DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, that's like, I don't know how old he is, actually. And, isn't there, I can't remember who else is on that team. But that team, specifically, the Suns are going to be, I feel like I'm calling it Western Conference Finals, Suns and Warriors. That's what I'm going to say. And then I'm going to I only have like 3 names for fantasy. Let me go. So these are players that I think you guys should pick up. Bobby Portis is averaging 36 fantasy points a game. That's insane. Not sure why nobody's picked him up. I wish I picked him up, to be honest. And Cole Anthony, averaging 37 points. How has nobody picked him up? Like, that's insane. And the last one I have to pick up is Isaac Okoro. You're probably thinking, you're crazy. Why do you have picked up Isaac Okoro? Well, the dude is averaging 19 points, 19 and a half points a game, fantasy points. And that's like 3 games. He's averaged like 20 something. So he is a good pickup if you need a solid utility guy. And people to drop. I hate to say it, but if you're keeping Zion Williamson, EA, your team isn't looking good. I think you should just drop Zion. And also drop Anthony Davis. The dude is injury prone. But if you guys do like the NBA video, drop a like on this video. I will catch you guys later. Peace.